Hey everyone, this is Susan. If you are like me, and I think many of you are, you probably have spent time in the past couple weeks creating a hub or a pseudo app for families to use to access information about your classroom. You probably have spent time trying to make that look nice and making it functional in terms of links and the information that's on it. So you probably were disappointed, like I was, when you went to access the information on your iPhone and you saved the website to your home page, and this is the icon that you got, a black blob. Well, I was disappointed enough that I stopped working on the appearance of my app because to me it doesn't matter how nice my app looks if this is the entry point my families have to get to it. So I had to fix it. This is what I came up with today. To me, this says, this is my class. This is Team STEAM. This is our class logo. This, parents know it, kids know it, everybody knows. When they see that on their phone, they're going to know, touch that and I get to Team STEAM. So that's how it looks on the iPhone. Then you can also easily create a customized icon for an Android phone. And this is what I created for Android, and this is how it looks like on my husband's phone. So here again, very clearly, families are going to know, they're going to touch on that train and it's going to take us to Team STEAM information. So when they do touch the icon in their phone, they're going to see a Google site, because the app that I've created, I uploaded to a Google site that is dedicated just for that purpose, nothing else. So they'll see that, they'll see the header, and then with literally one swipe, they get to see the entire app. Now, to me, that's a fair trade-off, to have a nice entry point to the information. I'm willing to do a swipe up once. Before I show you how to do this, I do need to give a huge shout out to the person on one of the Facebook groups that I belong to. I could not find the post because it was a comment to a comment to a comment. Somebody mentioned Favicon as a possible solution for this, and I had never heard of that before. And when I started researching it, it kind of put the pieces together. That was the missing link for me. It was, I've got this app or this hub. I know I can use Google Sites, but then how am I going to make that into a logo? And oh boy, there's Favicon that lives right inside Google Sites. So I'm going to show you how to do that here. If you are not familiar with creating a Google site, all you have to do is go to your Google home screen, find sites. If you don't have it within your apps, you can just search for it and you can find it easily. So you open that up, take you there, and then you just click on create and go from there. I'm not going to show you from that point on because I don't want to give away all my personal information. So I am, however, going to create this. So we have I created this. I'm going on to demo for video. I just changed the name of the site. It shows up there. You can change that as well. Choose an image for your header. You can upload it like I'm going to right now. I've got a JPEG that I created using Google Slides. And if you can't remember how to do that or remember the size that it needs to be for a Google site header, you can just hop onto one of the tutorials that's on Bitmoji Craze for teachers, and easy peasy. So I want to point out to you how I created this. It was I did some trial and error. I had more things on this originally, but I went with just the logo and a blue background because Whatever is in this area of your header is what's going to show up as your logo on your phone. So to me, keep it simple. Something that represents your class. And that's totally up to you what that is. So the next thing you're going to do, because your header's done, so the logo for iPhone is done, you're going to embed the link for your actual app. And you're going to embed it as it would be in preview mode. I've already changed that up here. So it did say edit, but now I have preview $RM equals minimal. And I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my site and I'm going to enter that. There we go. And insert. Now I have all of this black space on both sides, and that's going to take up important space on the phone that I want to be filled with my app. So I'm going to get the little dots here, hopefully. Pull it down. Come on. Of course, it's not working when I'm recording. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so we just pull it down. And I'm filling up that space with my app. So as I pull it down, there's less and less of that space, that empty space on the sides. There we go. And you just have to be a little patient here and know that it will work. And go just a little bit farther. Okay, a little bit more. Tiny bit more. There we go. Okay, you can play with it. You can get to a point where there's none of that left, but I'm not going to take time to do that. Okay, so now that's all done. And what I like to do at this point is I like to preview, because then I can see what my site looks like on a computer, which is where it's in right now. So parents, if they access it on the actual site, are going to have to scroll a couple times. Oh well. I think that's a small trade-off for having it look like this on an iPad, which is nice, and having it look like that on a phone, which is nice, because you're going to get this awesome icon. Okay, so there's that. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to go into settings, and we're going to change. I'm going to skip over logo. I played around with logo. It didn't add anything of value to the site. You can play around with it if you want to. I'm going to skip it and go to favicon and go to upload. And here I am going to find, it's going to say Google site, Android, JPEG. Open. And there's that teeny tiny little logo that then will show up on the Android. So I'm going to show you what that actually looks like. So how I created that was I went into Google Slides, I created a 1x1 inch blue square, and then I put my class logo over it, and I just saved it as a JPEG. Easy peasy. There we go. So that is done. So then really the only thing that's left is to publish. I can publish that. So I'm going to, I personally don't want anybody just to be able to search this. So I'm going to get my address, I'm going to publish that. And to get the link to share with parents, it's right there. I can copy the link and send it off in an email to parents, and then that is what they use to save it to their home screen on their phones. Bada bing. A few troubleshooting kinds of things. You're going to want to give detailed instructions to families on how to save the link to their home screen. Android, it's pretty easy, but the one thing you really need to make sure parents understand about iPhone is that it will only work if they're in Safari. If they are in Google Chrome, there's no way that I found that you can save a website to your home screen on an iPhone. Maybe on a newer iPhone you can, but on mine, I had to be in Safari. So that's super, super important for them to understand. If you have questions about this, or if you think that I missed anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. And good luck with this, and I hope that it works.